Hey guys, it is Coach AP coming at you through the video scope here in St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada. And today we're going to be discussing the Newfoundland Growlers.
I'ma make noise in the street, please. All that fake love you can keep. Peace.
And today's video, guys, is brought to you by our friends at Supplement King. Feel free to drop in. They got two locations in St. John's to serve you. One is in Torbay Road. That is their old location. And they've got a brand new location that is located in Galway, so right next to Costco. Grab your strawberries, grab your meats, grab whatever you need to do in bulk, and then pop over in the same parking lot as Costco and grab your stuff. Go see Joey. Tell him AP sent you. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the Newfoundland Growlers. And last year they were in third place. They played Tri-Pin in the first round of the playoffs, and it was an absolute dogfight. With Tri-Pin ended up winning in the final game of that series. They went the distance, and it was a very close game. The Growlers actually had a lead going into about midway through the third period, and then ended up losing to Tri-Pin. Tri-Pin, a very resilient bunch. Now, let's take a look at who they have returning on the coaching side. They pretty well return everybody at the coaching position. They return Trevor Budgell, John Ryan. I believe Michael Bryan is their goalie coach. So I think they return a lot of the same faces behind the bench, so there will be continuity in that program in 2021-22. Let's look. This is a team to me that brought in they had a tremendous draft, in my opinion. I think that they had, from the Bantam draft or under 15 draft, I think they had the best draft, and I think that's going to really show this season. So, but they did lose some great players, and they lose Michael Strapp to Salisbury Prep, which is in the U.S. They lose Jaden Dyke to the U.S. prep route as well. So he is in Rochester, New York with my buddies, the Collins brothers. Best of luck, Jaden and Michael. I think they'll be very successful in their locations. And they also lose Reed Spencer due to age, and they lose Jack Connors, who was one of their leaders last season. And I think that's a big loss in their locker room. And he was a jack of all trades kind of guy who could play PP, PK, will probably be a good fit in Amherst. I hope I see him in the purple, white, and black next season. Best of luck, Jack. Now, that's some big names that they lose. However, this is a team that really added some great players in the draft. So let's talk a little bit about Matty Butler. This kid is electric, and I think that he is a player that in Corner Brook this weekend, I think he's going to have a tremendous weekend. And I think he's going to have a very successful season. He's feisty. He's very agile, so he moves side to side very well. He has quick feet. He gets underneath you as a defender. And I would personally have a hard time playing against him because he's so shifty and also very smart with and without the puck. He can create space and time for somebody just by standing in the right spot or just by doing some little thing that, just creates a little tiny bit of space for a player. I think that he's going to have a great season, barring whoever they put him on the line with. But whoever they put him on the line with is going to be successful because you're going to get a lot of tap-ins. He's a tremendous passer and one of the best playmakers, I think, in the under-18 AAA league this season. That's some high praise for a first-year player, but I have very high on Matty Butler. I would own Matty Butler stock if he were a stock on the stock market. But he's not. It's not even human to be. That's business as people. I can't be combining the two. Anyway, moving on. Also drafted Cole Cooper. Really high on Cole Cooper. A very simple defender. He just likes to move the puck. He's a big boy, big righty. I think that he's going to be a guy that's going to catch the eye of a lot of Quebec League scouts this year because of his size, his strength. He's starting to develop some confidence and being a little bit more physical. And it's a see it, move it. And he can create. He creates offense just by getting the pucks to the net from the blue line and being a smart, heady defender. So I think he could almost follow in the role eventually of a Matteo Rotundi, where he's a very good defensive defender and just moves the puck real well and transitions up the ice well as a result of being a great passer versus a guy that carries a lot. Then you have Nick Devereaux, who is kind of the polar opposite as a player. Nick is more of a carrier. I think he is more of a pure play offensive guy who needs to work on his defensive game, needs to work on just really overall defending and being physical and winning battles in the smaller areas. But I think that the Growlers, if they do select these guys, I'm assuming that they're going to have those guys on their radar to make their team this year. If they select them, I think they're going to play big minutes and going to be successful for that program. I think Devereaux probably a little bit more successful on the offensive side. But I think at the end of the year, you're going to want Cooper probably playing in those last shift of periods and games. That's where I see him. And we will see now how they choose and how John Ryan and Budgel choose to deploy their troops, I should say. So, and you're also getting some other guys that are coming in. Michael Skinner is a guy. I mean, you can't forget about Michael Skinner, good puck protector, good player. He plays well with other players. Who else do they have coming in there? Jack Chafe. I don't know if he's going to get in the lineup a whole lot right now, but I think they're going to probably take 7D because of a guy like him. A guy that you can develop who's just a solid player across the board, a steady Eddie, who's pretty good at everything. And I think that's a guy that they're going to utilize a fair bit. And I think that this team's also going to get some good play out of their second and third year guys. They'll have some 04s on their team who I think are going to have pretty good years. It's their third year in their system, such as Ronan Witten, such as Andrew Vitch. They're going to have some guys there that come back. And I think Cole Goss is going to have a great year. I'm on Cole Goss. I think he was a guy that didn't make the team last season, but played the second half and played in the playoffs. And I think Cole Goss is a guy that's going to contribute a lot into that lineup and probably play junior A the following season. I think once he continues to get faster, continues to get better in that system, I'm really high on Cole Goss. And it should be very interesting to see how they pair up these players in Corner Brook this weekend and see how they utilize players. But to me, this is probably the most exciting team that the Growlers have had in a little while. I think that they really restocked the cupboard after losing some star players like Dyke and like Strapp. They were on their top line last year with Regan Hiscock, who is back this year. I think that they're restocking the cupboard for success this year. I think they're going to be a team that, I don't know if they win the league, who knows, but I think they're definitely going to be in the mix to win the league and get a lot of production and a lot of contributions from their draft that they had this year, because I think it was probably their best draft in a long time. So that's where I'm at today. I'm going to stop talking early. I mean, I've done a lot of these videos now, and I don't want to go too in depth with these teams, but I wish everybody the best of luck in Corner Brook, and I'm